It's gonna be Nola.
Y'all got a top. Who was crazy? Oh, Fort Lauderdale was crazy. Sunrise. It was crazy. Cincinnati awkwardly was good.
Greenville
was good. Philly was good. But it's gonna be New Orleans. After tonight, it's gonna be good.
That's it.
You know, I've enjoyed them all, man. I think that every, standing in front of you beautiful people, or being at the house, making bacon, it's so to have the opportunity, I know it's extreme, I know. But the opportunity to always stand in front of people and do something that you love to do is always a great honor. Anytime you
Out of your two cities, which one's been the best for you? Real quick.
In my heart, not trying to, because I know we're in New Orleans. In my heart, I feel like tonight is gonna be the best.
I agree.
I feel like the energy. It feels like home. Being downtown today.
Get some food.
And the food, yes.
Get some food.
Don't get the beignets at the airport though. Don't do that. I know y'all. Just a heads up. Don't get them in the airport. Get them at that famous place that everybody goes. Yeah, Cafe du Monde. Yeah, but I think tonight is gonna be the best night ever.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, Blakely Hyatt. Hi, Blakely. How are you? Naomi Rain, everyone. Yes, just in time.
Sorry, they didn't tell the girls we're okay.
We definitely told the ladies.
We were waiting for you. We were waiting for you outside your bus for like 5 minutes. In the cold.
You never texted me that.
When the wind.
Not a word.
I knocked on your door.
Telling the truth.
No, you didn't.
Definitely did.
We were outside your room.
Your room door.
We were outside your bus for 5 minutes. Then we were outside your room for like 10 minutes.
I was in the bus getting the kids.
Y'all get on this. Get on this. Get on this, y'all. Get on this right here.
No worries.
Okay, Blakely has a question. What tips do you have for vocalists / worship leaders?
Well, listen.
Kirk?
That's not for you. That's not your question. So.
That's your point.
But it's all about the setup. Well, listen.
One of the things I use. Nate, would you like to answer that? What tips do you have for singers and worship leaders?
Hi. What is that as it pertains to like your voice
Blakely?
or worship?
I guess a little bit of like both, like more of more like the technical side of it, but also like more worship too. So
Okay. I think initially, picking songs that match your voice is really important. We've seen that even on tour. Sometimes we'll hop on different songs, and it's like none of us are bad singers, but every song is not good for every voice.
Right.
Just the key, there are a bunch of components in that. So I would say, first choose songs that match your voice well, and be open to people's feedback about that. But I would say to take care of your voice. I think we ruin our voices more through talking than even singing. So it's good to, practice, but practice speaking well. Like even where I'm speaking right now, this is not really where I really want to speak, but when I speak here, it helps preserve my voice instead of like I really want to talk down here, but this is not really a good place for me to speak. So I'm really trying to speak up here so that it's better. So most of, I don't do vocal warm-ups now, but it's because I went to vocal therapy for a long time and learned how to speak and how to do certain things so that I can still sing later. And of course, like when it comes to worship, I would say actually worship God.
Wow.
I think
Yes.
sometimes we're trying to
Amen.
execute a song or hit a note or remember lyrics, but I think if you actually worship God, then you'll be able to lead people in worship.
MJ, everyone!
MJ, woo!
That's good, Nate. Actually worship God. I love that. Okay. Great question, Blakely. All right, this is for Kirk. This is an anonymous person. I think this is a dope question. I actually love this question for you. It says, how have you remained relevant over the years? You seem to have been able to recreate yourself over and over again. What's your secret that enables you to do this? That's amazing, because that's so true.
But
you've been able to do it. They want to know, is there a secret? If it's not, just tell me what it is.
there's no secret. There's nothing intentional that I am creatively doing. I love music, and I love all kind of music, and I listen to everything and try to be a student of everything. But You know, anybody. I mean, there are people that do it all the time. Yeah, I don't know this definitive response to that question.
I do. I know a big part, like he just said, he's a student. I think when you think you're a master of it all, you'll stop growing. And there are a lot of people, especially in our industry, who mastered what they were good at, but then the next wave came and they stopped being a student because they just want to be a legend so bad. So I think what he has continued to do, like I remember one of our first conversations when Mav was starting out, he literally came and was like, what is this? Like what are y'all doing? What kind of music? Like we had several hour-long conversations about what it was, the culture of the music, like just in-depth conversations, several conversations. And I think a lot of that is can be attributed to why you're able to last long, like you're able to have longevity, because this music stuff changes every 5-7 years. And if you're not, if you're not a student, if you're not learning, if you're not asking questions, if you're not humbling yourself to be like, hey, I don't know what this is, help me, teach me, then you'll always be outdated because stuff changes. And he listens to people. And one of the coolest, I've never even said this to him. I was in the studio months, probably less than a year ago. He was working on the Michael Jackson stuff. And he was working on a song for the Michael Jackson, what was it, an album or the tribute for Michael Jackson. And I'm in the studio, and we're in there and going over the stuff, and I'm sitting there like, oh my God, I'm in Kurt's studio, and he's working on Michael Jackson stuff. And then he's going over a track, and he stops the track, he said, what do you think? And I'm like, you don't care what I think. And he's like, no, what do you think? Literally, Tamla was in the booth, we were talking about a part of the song. I said, yeah, I probably would change, da-da-da-da. And he was like, okay, let's do it, da-da-da. And I'm like, whoa. I'm like, but he listens, and he cares. And so many times you get people of his stature and where they are in their career, and it's like, everybody becomes a know-it-all, and it's like, only what I think is important. And to see him like be in moments where I'm just happy to have my little country tale in the room, and for him to like, what do you think? And not only what do you think, he values it and respects it. And I've seen him do that with so many other people. And I feel like that's a part of why he is who he is and where he is who he is. And the reason why he's in this room with you right now is because he has that posture.
Agree. Jump in there.
Yes, I also think that it's one thing to be a trend. I think when he came out, number one, he was already going against what was happening. He was and became, because he was different and himself and authentic, he became a trend, but he didn't stick to just being a trend. He grew and evolved, and I think that this is what actual legends, I think, are made of. They continue to evolve, and they set the pace, and they set the tone, and they're competing not with other people, but with themselves.
Amen.
And if I can say, I feel like I've seen that in you. You are not, it doesn't matter what anybody else is doing. You want the best that you can do. And outside of that, I believe that you have literally been called, and I think you are anointed for this. I think some people are anointed for this space because they can be trusted with it. And I think because you're not looking to the left at what are they doing over there, even though you are a student. You know what I'm saying? You still, every song that we hear from you still has your fingerprint on it. Your DNA. It's like you have a sound, but it's evolved over the years and it's just amazing. And so I think that, and you're anointed and called to this, which is why I believe the Lord has preserved you and given you the